everyone, it's Miss Melinda here at the studio. Welcome to week 1 of our Arts at Home initiative. This is the mini junior acro class. So as the weeks progress, the tricks and the strength and stretching exercises that we do in this class will get a little bit harder. You do not have to try everything. I encourage you to practice at home safely. Okay, if you are going to do tricks, you should find yourself an area where you have a rug, or if one of your parents have a yoga mat, try to use that. It can be very, very dangerous to practice these at home, so I really, really need you to be careful and be smart about what you're trying. If you've never tried the trick before, or you're not sure that you can do it, please ask a parent for help, or do not try it. There are a couple different levels in this class, so if there's something that you don't think you should be doing, just skip through it and find the next trick. Okay, like I said, we will progress over the 4 weeks, so if you're finding that this is too easy for you, I'm sure you'll find something next week that's a little bit harder. We are going to go trick by trick and do different variations, so today we're focusing on our rolls, bridges, cartwheels, and preparing ourselves for handstands. Okay? So I have asked a dear student of mine named Lizzie to help us out today so she can demonstrate all the tricks for you. Okay, so we're gonna start with a warm-up, so make sure you have lots of space, or as much as you can in your home, and let's get started.
Let's start with 25 jumping jacks. Make sure when we're doing our jumping jacks to try to bring our arms together at the top and then jump our feet apart. Moving on, we're going to take 2 deep breaths, in and out, and then we're going to stretch our neck by looking up and down, up and down, to the left and right, left and right. Then we're going to tilt left, right, left, right, and then big circle, down, and stop other way. Good, now let's do our shoulders. Up and down, and one at a time. And roll them back, and roll them forward. Then we're gonna pull our right arm across. Then we're going to pull it back behind us. And then we're going to use our left arm and pull it across. And then pull our left arm behind us.
All right, we're gonna put our arms out to the side, and we're gonna reach to our left. And we're gonna stand up tall, and we're gonna reach to our right. And stand up tall, then we're gonna put our hands on the floor in the middle. Trying to keep our knees very, very straight. And then we're going to plie and stretch, plie and stretch, plie and roll up slowly. And put our arms out to the side and reach to your right. And up, reach to your left. And up, and put your hands down in the middle. And keeping our legs nice and straight. And we're gonna plie and stretch and plie and stretch. Then we're gonna grab onto our ankles. We're gonna pull our head between our knees. And put your hands flat on the floor, plie, and roll up nice and slow. Okay, now we're gonna put our feet together and our arms up to the side, and we're gonna make a flat back like an airplane. And we're gonna hold it, And then we're gonna reach our fingertips to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then our knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then our flat hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then our elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're gonna put our hands down and we're gonna hold it. And that whole time we're gonna make sure our knees are nice and straight. And then we're gonna bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch. Again, bounce. 2, 3, 4, and stretch. One more time, bounce. 2, 3, 4, and stretch. And again, bounce. 2, 3, 4, and stretch. And one more time, we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna grab onto our ankles. We're gonna pull our head towards our knees. And try and keep those legs nice and straight. Good, and then we're gonna sit down onto our bum. And we're gonna put the bottom of our feet together. We're gonna put our hands on our ankles, and we're gonna flap our wings. Good, then we're gonna take our left hand, and we're gonna push down our knee. And we're gonna take our right hand, and we're gonna push down our other knee. And we're gonna take both hands and push both knees down. Good, and we're gonna lift our arms all the way up to the ceiling, and we're gonna smell our toes. And sit up tall. Good, we're gonna put our feet out in front of us in a pike, with our arms out to the side, and we're gonna flex our feet, and point our toes, and flex our feet, point our toes, flex, and point. Then we're gonna do 1 foot at a time. 1 foot flexes, and switch, and switch, and switch, and then point both feet, reach all the way up to the ceiling, and we're gonna reach all the way to our feet, try to put our hands underneath our arches, and pull our nose down to our knees. Good, it's super important that we keep those legs nice and straight, with the back of our knees trying to touch the floor. And sit up tall. Now we're going to flex our feet, bring our arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna grab the top of our toes, and we're gonna try and look up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna point and bring our head down to our knees again. And sit up tall, and open into a straddle. Good, keeping our big toes up to the ceiling, we're gonna reach our arms out to the side. We're gonna put our right hand on the floor, and we're gonna reach over to our left side. And sit up tall. And now we're gonna reach to our right side. And sit up tall. And then we're gonna put our hands down in the middle. We're trying to get our tummy to the floor, but we wanna keep our big toes up to the ceiling and our knees nice and straight. Good, and then we're gonna swim through and put our feet together. All right, so now we're gonna do our cobra. We're gonna bring our hands and tuck them into our armpits, and then we're going to start by bringing our head up to the ceiling and stretching our arms and reaching our head back to our bum. Good, we wanna make sure our shoulder blades are squeezing together at the back, and we're making the nicest cobra we can. If you can't go any further, you can bring your hands closer to your stomach to push further. Good, we wanna make sure that our feet are not too far apart. We don't wanna be in a straddle, we wanna have them at hip width. And then we're gonna come down. Good, we're gonna take a big deep breath, in and out, and we're gonna arch back again. Good, starting with our head, squeezing our shoulder blades behind us. We're going to bend our knees and try to touch our toes to our head. Good, we wanna make sure we don't cross our toes. We wanna keep them side by side. Good, then we're gonna put our feet down, and we're gonna bring our body down, and we're gonna take a second to relax in this position. And we're gonna do our cobra one more time. We're gonna arch back, starting with our head. We are going to take our left arm, And we're gonna lift it and put it over top of our head, still looking up to the ceiling as far back as we can. Then we're gonna put it down to the floor. Then we're gonna take our right arm up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna try and take both arms off and squeeze and hold it there. And relax. And then we're gonna curl up into a ball. And we're gonna stretch our back out the other way. Now we're gonna stretch our wrists. So sitting on our knees, we're gonna roll our wrists outwards for 4, and then we're gonna roll them inwards for 4. Then we're gonna put our hands together, and we're gonna do a roller coaster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna stop, and we're gonna go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna put the palm of our hands on the floor, and we're gonna stretch out our forearms. And if you don't feel anything, you can walk your hands forward a little bit, but you wanna make sure that your bum is down on your heels and not starting to lift up. Then we're gonna flip them over and we're gonna put the back of our hands on the floor. Same thing, if you're not feeling a stretch, you can move your hands out a little bit. Good, and we're gonna shake those out. And then we're gonna clasp our hands behind our back. We're gonna put our forehead down on the floor, and we're gonna lift our arms up and over our head, trying to reach them all the way down to touch the ground. Good, now everybody's gonna have a different level of flexibility in their shoulders, so you're just trying to go as far as you can without causing sharp pain. Good, and then we're gonna sit up, and we're gonna put our hands on all fours, knees and hands, and then we're gonna slide our hands forward, and we're going to go into a Sphinx position. So we're gonna push our hands forward. We're gonna keep our bum pointing right up to the ceiling, and we're gonna try and get our armpits down onto the floor. Good, and this is really gonna help us with our shoulder flexibility. We wanna make sure we're still looking up towards the front or ceiling or our parents or the video, whatever you're looking at. You don't wanna look down into the floor. And then you're just gonna sit your bum down, curl up into a little ball again. And we are moving on to our strengthening exercises. The first strengthening exercise that we're gonna do today is 10 Supermans. So we're gonna lift our hands and our feet off the ground at the same time, keeping them nice and straight and close together. Ready? Begin. 1, and down. 2, and down. Make sure we don't crash down into the floor. 3, down. 4, down. Good. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. 9, and on the last one, we're gonna hold it up. 10, hold it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep those arms and legs straight, and relax. Okay, moving on, we're gonna put ourselves into a plank. We're gonna start on our knees. We're gonna put our hands underneath our shoulders, and we're gonna step one foot out, and then the other foot's gonna meet it. We're gonna keep our body nice and flat. We're going to engage our core and pull our tummy muscles together, and we're gonna keep our bum down. You're gonna try and hold this for 30 seconds. If you start to shake, that's a good thing. It means your body is working, and you wanna try and push through. Have somebody count for you if you can't do it on your own. Good. Once you've held it for 30 seconds, you can put your knees down and return back to your original position. The next exercise we're going to do is called a tabletop. We're gonna start by sitting on our bum with our feet in front of us. We're gonna place our hands behind us with our fingertips pointing at our feet, and then we're going to keep our knees hip width apart, not together, a little bit apart, and we're going to push our bum up to the ceiling, and we're gonna try and make our body into a flat line. And then we're just gonna look up to the ceiling and try to relax our neck. Okay, it's really important that our fingertips are facing our feet so that we're stretching and strengthening the correct muscles. Again, we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds, and we wanna try and keep our bum as high as we can get it. As it starts to lower, we're gonna stop using our ab muscles. So if you feel your bum getting closer and closer to the ground, try to squeeze it and lift it. Good. If you want to make this harder, you can do what are called tricep dips, and you can bend your elbows and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bend. Let's do 10. Stretch. And 4. Stretch. 5. Stretch. 6. Stretch. 7. Stretch. 8. Stretch. 2 more. You can do it. Stretch and 10. Good. And once we've held that, we can put our bum back down and relax. Okay, now we're gonna stand up and we're gonna do a rock and roll. When we do a rock and roll, we're gonna start with our arms to the ceiling and our feet together. We're gonna sit down and grab our ankles. We're gonna roll onto our back with our knees pulling into our chest, and we're gonna stand up without using our arms reaching back up to the ceiling. We're gonna try and do 5. It's really important that we try to stand up with our feet together and without using our hands to help us. Ready? Go. Down, rock, and up. That's 2. Down, up, 3. Good. As you can see, she's not taking a step forward, and it's really important that we squeeze our tummy muscles together and try to stand up without taking extra steps. Let's do 1 more for good luck. Good. Really bring those knees into that chest. All right, we're done our rock and roll. The last stationary strengthening exercise we're going to do today is retire holds. We're gonna start by putting our arms out to the side and lifting our left leg to our knee. We're gonna try and hold that for 10 seconds without moving. If you're having trouble balancing, you can take your fingertips and place them on your belly button, and that will help you find your center of gravity. Otherwise, you can keep your hands out to the side and lift as tall as you can through your back, pulling your head up to the ceiling. Good. Once you've held that for 10 seconds, you can put your foot down, and then you can pick up your right foot and hold that for 10 seconds. Awesome. If you want to make that exercise harder, you can put some weights in your hand, and if you don't have weights, you can use some canned soup or something from around your house. Okay, now we're going to go across the floor. I know you're at home, so you don't have a lot of space, so try to do 4 and then turn around and do 4 more. We're gonna do some frog jumps, so we're gonna put our hands on the floor in between our legs, just like we're a frog. We're gonna bring our bum down to the floor, and a frog jump is gonna jump straight up to the ceiling with your arms and legs stretched and all the way back down to the floor. And go. 2, down, 3, down, 4, down. Then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna come back. And up, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down. If we wanna make this harder, we just jump higher or faster. And that should get our heart rate up because we're doing some cardio. All right, let's do 8 more. And down. Let's try faster. Up, down, 2, and 3, and 4, and turn around again. Up, down, 2, and 3, and 4. Good. The next moving exercise we're going to do are crab walks. So again, we don't have a lot of space, so we're just gonna go from one side of our room to the other. We're gonna get down onto our bum, keeping our fingertips pointing at our feet and our bum up in the air as high as we can. We're gonna go forward across the room. And once we've reached the end, we're gonna go backwards. Good, fingertips pointing at our heels and forwards. Don't let that bum touch the ground. And then backwards. Good, and now we should be ready to move on to our tricks. All right, the first trick we're going to start with today is called the baby bridge. We're gonna lie down on our back with our arms reaching towards our heels and our feet tucked into our bum. From there, we're going to push our pelvis up to the ceiling, squeeze our knees together, and try to get our back as high off the ground as we can. And come down. Good, we're gonna try that one more time. Ready? Push up into your baby bridge. And come down. Good. If you've mastered that skill, the next thing we're gonna do is called a half bridge. So we're going to bring our hands to our shoulders with our fingertips pointing down towards our feet and our elbows tucked into our ears. Our feet are still tucking into our bum, and we're gonna make sure this time that they're hip width apart. From there, we're going to push our hips up to the ceiling, and we're gonna stretch our arms, and we're gonna try to be in the best bridge we can be in. Good. From there, we're going to tuck our chin into our chest and look up to the ceiling. Then we're gonna bend our arms and lie back down so that the back of our head hits the ground first. Good, let's try one more time. And this time we're gonna leave our feet where they are. And we're gonna tuck them into our bum, lift our hips up to the ceiling, and stretch the arms. Good, so this is our half bridge. And we're gonna try and stay there nice and strong. And then again, we're gonna tuck our chin, look up to the ceiling, bend the elbows, and lie back down. Good. If you've mastered that, then we're gonna move on to our full bridge. So we start the same way with our hands tucked into our shoulders, our feet tucked into our bum. We're gonna push our hips up to the ceiling, and we're gonna push into our half bridge. From there, we're going to try to stretch our knees and push our armpits out to the side. And then we're gonna hold it there. Good, we wanna try and get our shoulders right on top of our wrists in a straight line. Then we're gonna transfer our weight back onto our feet, look up to the ceiling, bend the elbows, and come down. Good, let's try the full bridge one more time. Our arms are tucked into our ears, elbows into our ears, feet into our bum. We push up into our half bridge. And then from there, we stretch the knees and we push the shoulders out. And we're gonna come down. Good job. After we've mastered our bridges, we can move into trying to bring one hand off the ground while we're in our bridge. So we're gonna push up into our half bridge, and we're gonna take our left arm and we're gonna try and wave at the camera. And then we're gonna put it down and we'll try our right arm. Wave at the camera and put it down. If you can do that, then we can try and bring one hand up onto our stomach. Good, and then we're gonna put it down, and then we're gonna bring our other hand up onto our stomach and put it down. And then we're gonna come down. Now you might find that one of your hands is stronger than the other, and that's okay, but we wanna make sure that we're always practicing both sides. Now we're gonna move on to trying to lift our legs. So we're gonna push back up into our half bridge again. Good. And we're gonna lift our we're gonna bring our feet together in the middle of our body. Then we're gonna bring our right foot up into retire. So we're gonna touch our toe to our knee. And then we're gonna put it down. And then we're gonna try our left foot, bringing our toe up to our knee and down. Good. If you can, I want you to try and hold this to do our straight legs, but if not, you can come down and then push back up into your half bridge. Good, now we're gonna bring our left foot into our knee, into retire, then we're gonna try and stretch it up to the ceiling. And then back into retire and down, and then our right leg in, stretch it up to the ceiling, bend, down, and come down. Awesome, this is how we get stronger. All right, now we're gonna move into circle bridges. We're gonna start by sitting on our bum with our feet out in front of us. We're gonna start going to the left, and then we'll try going to the right as well. I'm gonna show you this from different angles so you can see how it's done. We're gonna put our left hand on the floor, and our right hand is going to go on top of our knee. We're gonna push our hips to the ceiling and bring our right hand around our head and onto the floor. Then we're gonna pick our left arm off the floor as we sit our bum back down and around into our starting position. Okay, and then from there, we're gonna try it with the other arm. So we're gonna take our left arm over our head with our right arm on the floor, hips up into our bridge, and then right arm off the floor to sit down. Good, let's see this from a different angle. All right, let's look at our circle bridge from the side. We've got our right arm on our knee. We're gonna push our hips up to the ceiling, bring our hand around, and the hand that's on the floor is going to swivel around, and then we're gonna lift our left arm off the ground, hips down to sit. Then we're gonna go back. Try to tuck your hand, the one that's on the floor, close to your bum so that you are right on top of your arm and can stay strong. And we're gonna go back, hips up, and right arm off and around. Good. We're gonna start our bridges walking up and down the wall. We're gonna start facing the wall and we're gonna put our hands out in front of us so that just our fingertips touch the wall. That's how you know how far away you should be. This might change depending on how flexible your back is. So you make the decision once you turn around. From there, we're gonna face away from the wall. We're gonna put our feet hip width apart. We're gonna lift our arms. We're gonna start by lifting our arms up to the ceiling, looking back at the wall, and putting our hands on the wall at the same time. From there, we're gonna walk one hand down at a time, keeping our legs straight for as long as we can, and then bending them when we can't go any further. Then we're gonna put our hands on the wall, wrists flat against the wall, and we're gonna push our armpits into the wall. Then once we're ready, we're gonna put one hand back on the wall. We're slowly gonna walk up, 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 and then both hands will come off at the same time. Push. Good. When you're practicing walking up and down the wall in your bridge, the least amount of steps you need to get up and down mean that you're ready to move into the center. If you are at home and trying this and you feel you need a parent to help you, please get them and I will tell them how to spot you properly. When we're doing a bridge in the center, we're gonna start with our feet hip width or a little bit wider than that apart. Our arms are gonna come up to our ears. The first thing that looks back is our head. We're gonna push our hips forward over our toes. We're gonna keep our arms by our ears and we're slowly gonna reach to the ground and then we're gonna bend our knees when we have to. Good. From there, we're gonna tuck our chin, lie down, and stand up. If you need a parent to help you, they should put their arm in the middle of your back so that you can arch around it and then they can catch you if you're falling. If you're ready to move on from bridges from standing, we're gonna practice recovering with rocks. So we're gonna put our arms up to our ears, our head back. We're slowly gonna go down into our bridge, reaching our arms by our ears. And then we're gonna do 3 rocks. We're gonna stretch our knees and push our armpits forward, and then bend and push our weight onto our knees, then onto our hands, knees, hands, and then we're gonna stand up, push. Good. Then, after you've mastered that, you can move on to standing up without rocks. So you go arms up into your bridge, and right from there, you're gonna push your weight onto your feet and stand up. Now we're going to try doing a bridge kickover with a lift. So if you have something at home, like an ottoman or a couch that you can use, please do. If you don't, then you can try kicking over from the floor, which we'll show you after. This just gives you a little bit of help as you're working your leg strength to push you all the way over. You're gonna start on your back with your bum pushed up against whatever you're using for height. Your feet are gonna go on it and your hands are gonna go into your bridge position. This is gonna take some arm strength, but you're gonna push your bum into the sky and go into a bridge. Good. From there, you're gonna walk your hands closer to your lift. In our case, a mat, but in your case, maybe a couch or a chair or an ottoman. From there, you're gonna take your prominent leg or your stronger leg, and you're gonna bring it up over your head towards the floor, and then you're gonna kick. So let's push. Good. Let's try that one more time. And this time Lizzie's is gonna use her other leg so that you can see depending what side you wanna use. You do not have to try with both, but if you want to, I do encourage it. So we're gonna push our bum as close as we can, lift into our bridge, walk our hands closer to our mat, then we're gonna push off and stand up. Good. Now we're gonna try it from the floor. So if you can push up from a bridge, or if you wanna try from standing, you can go into your back arch from standing. You push up into your back arch, walk your feet and your hands as close together as you need them to be, and then you're gonna push one foot over and stand up. Good. And let's try the other leg. Push up. Good. And if you want a parent to help you, what they're gonna do is they're gonna keep one hand in the middle of your back, and then the other hand is going to help the first leg that goes over, and they're gonna help lift it and push it over your head. So Lizzie's gonna try with her other foot now. Push and up. Good job. Now we're going to move on to somersaults. We're going to start standing with our feet together. We're gonna lift our arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna go down into our ball pose. We're gonna tuck our head underneath our knees and try to put the back of our head on the floor. Then we're gonna roll and we're gonna finish in a tuck, hugging our knees into our chest. Let's see that again. Now we're going to do a straddle roll. So we're gonna start with our feet wide apart and our arms out to the side. We're gonna put our hands on the floor, and without bending our knees, we're gonna tuck our head, push off, roll, and finish in a nice straddle. Let's see that again. The next thing we're gonna try is a back roll. We're gonna start with our feet together and our hands up to the ceiling. We're gonna go down into our ball pose with our hands on the floor. We're gonna roll onto our bum and then onto our back, and we're gonna put our hands beside our shoulders like a bridge, and our knees are gonna tuck into our chest. We want lots of momentum, that's why we start from standing. From there, we're gonna lift our bum to the ceiling, push our feet down to the floor, and push over onto our knees. Now, that's gonna be really hard slow. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna show you how it looks fast. The key is that we don't want our shoulder to be on the floor and our head tilted to the side. We wanna try and go right over the top of our head. So we have our arms up to the ceiling and we sit and roll. Hands into your head and onto your knees. Good, you can try that a couple times. Now we're going to move on to cartwheels. We're gonna start by going to our right side. So we're gonna point our right toe out to the side, our left arm's gonna lift up to the ceiling, and our right arm's going to point to the side in what we call an L position. From there, we're going to put our weight onto our right foot, bend our knees, place our hands on the floor, push our legs over like a windmill, and then we're gonna stand up with a nice pointed toe and our arms in the same L we started with. Let's go back and try the right side again. Hands down, big open straddle, and point. Good, now we're gonna switch and we're gonna go to the left. So we're gonna put our feet back together. We're gonna point our left toe out to the side. Our right arm's gonna come up to the ceiling and our left arm's gonna reach out. And we're gonna put our weight onto our left foot, hands onto the floor, big straddle, plie, stretch and point. Good, let's go back and try the left side again. Good. Remember, you can practice your cartwheels on both sides as much and as often as you want. Now we're gonna move on to our one-handed cartwheel prep. So we're gonna start again on the right side with our right toe pointed. This time, we're gonna take our right hand to the ceiling, and we're gonna take our left hand and we're gonna grab onto our wrist. Good. So I'm just gonna get closer to show you what that hand position looks like. So our right hand is gonna go flat onto the ground, and then our left hand is gonna sit right on top of it while holding onto our wrist. From there, we're gonna do the cartwheel the same way we would do a normal cartwheel. We're gonna put our weight onto our right leg. We're gonna put both hands on the ground at the same time. We're gonna push over in our windmill, and then we're gonna stand up and end in our L. Okay, let's see that one more time to the right. Right hand up, left hand holding on, and big kick, big split, and finish in your L. Good, let's move over and try that to the left. So now we have our left toe pointing out to the side, our left hand up to the ceiling, and our right hand grabbing onto the wrist. So our left hand is gonna go on the ground when we're going to the left. And we're gonna plie, we're gonna do a big straddle, stand up into our L. Good, let's move back and try that one more time. Left hand on the floor, and cartwheel, big split, stand up, L. Beautiful. Now, we're gonna move over and we're gonna try a real full one-handed cartwheel on our right side. So now, we're gonna point that right toe out to the side. We're gonna lift our right arm to our ear to the ceiling, and we're gonna put our left hand on our stomach. Good. So our left hand's gonna stay on our stomach. That way, if we're not feeling so confident, it can go down to the ground very easily. But we also have something to hold on to try and keep it off the ground. So our legs are gonna do the same thing they've been doing the whole time. They're gonna plie, push off the ground, and go into a big split. Then you're gonna stretch and point your toe. Good, let's move back and try that one more time with nice straight knees. Hand on our tummy, and push, plie, push, over, good. As you're landing your cartwheel, you wanna try and get that first foot on the ground as close to your hand as possible. So we're gonna look at that when we try our left side. So now we're gonna point our left toe, left arm to the ceiling, right hand on our stomach, and we're gonna go into our cartwheel, and we're gonna try and get our first foot as close to our hand as possible when we're landing. And we always wanna finish in that nice L. Good, let's try our left side one more time. Big split, and up. Excellent. Moving on, we're going to try a cartwheel to knee. So we're doing a regular two-handed cartwheel, except we're going to put our second foot down onto a knee instead of standing up. So we're gonna try it to the right. We're gonna point our toe, arms into our L. We're gonna go into our cartwheel. We're gonna land our foot on the floor. Then we're gonna drop our right knee to the ground and end in an L. Let's try that again. We wanna try and keep our weight on the first foot that lands on the ground and pull our abs up to the ceiling and control our knee as it goes down to the floor. Let's give it a try. Hands down, foot, then knee, arms up. Excellent, let's try it to the left. Hands down, first foot, then knee, arms. Good. So we wanna make sure we're squeezing our muscles so that everything is very controlled instead of falling onto our knee. So we go, hands onto the ground, then left foot, or right foot, left knee, and down. Excellent. The next thing we're gonna try is a cartwheel from our knee to standing. So we're gonna start by going to the right, which means we're gonna put our left knee on the floor, our right foot out to the side, and our arms in an L, going to the right side as if we're going to do a regular cartwheel. From here, we're going to use our leg strength on our right foot to stand up as we put our hands on the floor and push us over into our cartwheel. Good, let's see that one more time on the right side, and then we'll try the left. So we put our hands down, we push into our cartwheel, and we finish standing up. Good, let's try the left side. So now we're gonna put our right knee down, left foot out to the side, and arms in our L pointing to the left. Then we reach our hands behind our knee, push, and stand up. Good, try one more time to the left. Hands go out and behind our knee. Push and recover. We're going to move on to some handstand drills against the wall. We're first going to start by facing away from the wall, and we're going to bend our knees and put our hands on the floor. We're going to practice what's called foot up, foot down. So we're going to take our left foot, we're going to tap it up on the wall, and then bring it down. Then we're going to use our right foot. Tap up and down. We're going to do that 4 times each side. Tap up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up, down, up, down. Good. The next drill we're going to do is called a right foot up to right foot down, left foot up to left foot down. So again, we're going to put our hands on the floor. Starting with our right leg, we're going to put our right foot up on the wall, then our left foot up on the wall, then our right foot down, left foot down. We're going to do it 4 times going right to left. Go. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Last one. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Then we're going to start with our left foot first. Left foot up, left, down, left, right, left, down, 3, and down, and 4, and down. Good. Take a little break. Okay, from here we're going to practice walking our hands close to the wall and then away from the wall. So we're going to go down back onto the floor with our hands. We're going to step up with our right or left foot first, both feet on the wall. Then we're going to walk our feet up the wall and our hands closer to the wall. Good. Try to keep your feet close together, and then you're going to walk back out and down the wall. And then your feet are going to come off the wall. And then you're going to try again. Good. And you can do this as many times as you want. Just don't tire yourself out too much. And then back out. Good. Now we're going to try some handstands in the center. We're going to do an L handstand. So we're going to point our left toe out in front of us and reach both of our arms forward. We're going to put our weight onto our left foot and plie. We're going to put our hands on the ground side by side. We're going to kick our right leg up to the ceiling, and we're going to make an L with our feet. When we come back down, we're going to step on our left foot first. So our left foot is the last to leave the ground and the first to come back down. Let's try again. Point our left toe, reach our hands out, kick up, make that L, and then come back down, left foot first. One more time so we can see the L. L, and back down. Good. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that you can see your wrists underneath your shoulders, underneath your hips, underneath your toe. It should be a straight line from your toe to your hands. Okay, let's try it one more time on the left, and then we'll switch to the right. So we're making an L handstand. Left toe pointed, left toe comes down first. Good. Now we're going to turn around, and we're going to try with the right toe. So now we have our right toe pointed, arms are still out in front of us. We step onto our right foot. We use our left foot to go up to the ceiling. We make our L, and we come back down. So when we're going to the right, our right foot touches the ground first. Let's do it 3 more times. Kick, nice L, and down. Good. Again, plie, use your plie to help you kick, and come back down. And last one, up and down. Good. So we want to try to find a good amount of push off the ground so that we don't go too far and fall over, but we get up high enough that we can make a nice L. It'll take some practice, but I'm sure you guys will get it. Moving on, we're going to try donkey kicks. So just like an L handstand, we're going to start with our left foot pointed and our arms out in front of us. Our hands are going to go down onto the ground, but instead of our legs making an L, we're going to bring our left leg to touch our right leg up to the ceiling, and then we're going to split and come right back down. When we're doing a donkey kick, the point is not to hold it in the air. We're practicing coming down on the proper foot. So if you're using your left leg to kick, your left leg has to touch the ground first. Let's try it again. Hands go down, legs up, touch, and back down. Finishing in the same position we started. Let's do one more on the left. We want to try and tap our feet together up to the ceiling so that we can have the correct weight placement over top of our hands. Good, let's turn around and try the right side. So right toe pointed, arms out in front of us. This time our right foot's gonna tap our left foot and we're gonna step back down onto the right foot. 2 more times. Donkey kick, touch, split and down. Good, and last one. Hands, feet, and down. Excellent, we're gonna do one more handstand drill and then that'll be the end of our class. The last drill we're gonna do for today's class is a handstand kicking up to the wall. So for this, we're gonna start facing the wall, but we're gonna start pretty far away. We're gonna use the same position like we were doing our L handstands and our donkey kicks. We're gonna start with our left leg. We're gonna point our left foot at the wall and our arms are gonna reach. We're gonna put our hands a little bit away from the wall, not too far, and we definitely don't want them touching. We wanna allow some space so that our bum and our feet have room, and we do not wanna crash our feet into the wall. We're working on finding the right amount of push to get a nice balance over top of our hands. So we're gonna push our weight onto our left foot, we're gonna plie, we're gonna kick our right leg up to the wall, and then our left leg up to the wall. And then we're gonna rest there. And we're gonna make sure that our body is in line. Our shoulders are over top of our wrists, our hips are over top of our shoulders, our legs are straight, our toes are pointed in together, and our bum is not on the wall. We do not want to rest, and we do not want to put an arch in our back. Lizzie, can you please show them what it looks like when we arch our back? Yeah, so there you can see her bum is coming to the wall. Or often what happens is that people will have their bum off the wall, but they'll use their head to arch, and then they'll end up in a very dangerous position. So we want to try and be in a flat line. And then when we kick off the wall, because we used our left foot, we're going to come down with our left foot and finish in our nice pointed toe. Good. Let's try it on the right leg too. Now, all of you will find that one of these sides is easier than the other, and it's going to differ per person. Like I said earlier, it's really important that we do practice both sides so that we strengthen and stretch our body evenly. Let's try it on the right. Right toe pointed, hands go close to the wall but not touching. We want to leave enough room for our head and our bum. We want to have a flat body, toes pointed and squeezing together. I'm going to show you what this looks like from the front. Good. Then we're going to use our right leg to come off the wall, split, and finish. Awesome.
All right, everyone, that's the end of our Acro class for week 1. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember that this video will be up until we get back to class, and you can watch it as many times as you want. We hope that you're all staying safe at home and practicing physical distancing, and we hope to see you very soon. Bye.